Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. This is our second episode. Cloudcraft Games is still here. He's still giving me a tour of Darkest Dungeon, hopefully helping me to understand it a little bit better so that I can enjoy it more and maybe get a little bit further in the game and basically see more of it before the sequel lands, which I'm pretty excited about. So Cloudcraft, you said there was something you wanted to check out as soon as we landed on the screen.
So I meant to tell you this before the first expedition, but just the embark screen is probably the better place to show this.
Yeah.
Also, even though the game kind of makes you think, oh, I do all my town stuff, then I go to the embark screen, a lot of the time you actually want to figure out where you're going and to who's going on the mission before you do your town stuff.
That makes sense.
Because you need to save money, which we will be covering. So, but what I was going to say last time is it's important to keep in mind your goals with this. So your very short-term goal is each week in-game to go out on an expedition to one of the dungeons with a party that is capable of doing that mission. That means basically a few things. One is that obviously they're high enough level for it. Their stats also have to be good enough. And a really important thing, when they level up, that does not directly increase any of their stats except their resistances.
Okay. So that means you have to equip them better, stuff like that, in order to increase their stats?
So after the next expedition, we'll unlock the buildings that let you increase their stats.
Okay,
but
cool.
Also, they have to not be super stressed out and not have an absolutely terrible quirk selection, and the party itself needs to work together.
So Dismas and Tecleve are actually a little bit dangerous to bring in a mission right now because they're already halfway to the stress threshold.
I would actually pull just click and drag the portraits out of there and then release to just get them off the mission for now.
Just in case. Oh wait,
just get all of them. Just remove all of them.
Okay, go away, everybody. Go away.
You'll want to make a new party eventually. So yeah, your short term, go into a mission with a party capable of completing it and enough provisions to complete it and get all the loot from it.
Okay.
And that basically means the bare minimum provisions I gave you, that basically costs 2,000 gold. So for a short mission, you need at least 2,000 gold to equip them. For a medium, you'll need at least 4,000. For a long, you'll need at least 6,000.
Do we want to try to target a medium one just so we can see the difference between a short and a medium?
Maybe, but we're not doing that just yet because first we're going to get new heroes. But just let me finish my little spiel.
Oh, sure.
So
sorry.
your kind of midterm goal is to upgrade the town buildings that are necessary to make your heroes more capable and keep them capable, and to collect good trinkets, which will modify their stats to make them more capable.
Okay, that makes sense.
Your long term is just to basically build up a varied roster of high-level heroes that can take on higher-level missions, and then the end game is completing the 4 Darkest Dungeon missions, which is going to require at least 4 completely unique parties of level 6 heroes with full gear. Which you probably won't get to before the next game comes out, because I still haven't been in the game, mind you. I'm just in the late game.
Gotcha.
And very competent. So now you can back out. We can do town stuff.
By the way, I should mention to anyone who is watching this episode for the first time, my cursor is offset slightly. So you can see that, for instance, the graveyard. Right now, you'll see my cursor. It looks like it's to the southeast of the graveyard. On my screen, it's actually on the graveyard. And so it's going to be really disconcerting watching me point around. You'll see my cursor get close to something and then highlight something else. Apparently there's nothing I can do about it. So sorry about that. Please try to understand what's going on.
I think it's a thing with Darkest Dungeon, because I've seen it before. Also, yes, Jedi Side Tricks, there is a sequel to Darkest Dungeon coming out. It has 3D character models.
What? I didn't know that part.
So now you've unlocked 2 more town buildings. So welcome to unintuitive mechanics again. It's not unintuitive how they work, but the strategy is really unintuitive.
Okay.
So these 2 buildings you've just unlocked are the 2 buildings you can use to cure stress. And they are the ones you want to use the absolute least.
Okay.
Most of the time, you do not want to put anyone in these. Because just go into either one of them.
The cobwebs have been dusted.
It'll explain stress relief.
So basically, I have these slots I can install characters in.
Also, like, the caretaker will just randomly be in one of these slots to make it inconvenient for you. But just click and drag someone into that slot and look at what it does. So the lower ones down will cure more stress but be more expensive.
Okay, so like if I want to cleave to be here, I can put it here to get more stress, here to get less.
Yes. So especially with these low-level heroes, you want to be spending as little money on them as possible, because money might not be a finite resource, but it only comes in so fast.
Okay.
You want to minimize the money you are spending on each hero to make them capable, and if you would have to spend a whole bunch of money or a whole bunch of weeks on somebody just to make them capable of doing a mission, you're dismissing them, at least at low level. So honestly, because of their bad quirks, I would normally tell you to just go ahead and dismiss Reynold and whatever it is
Murdoch?
Immediately. I think he's the one that had the self-doubt bad quirk.
Yeah, he did.
But because you're probably going to need to send one of those two on the next mission, don't do that right now.
Yeah. Do we want to look at who our other potential recruits are?
Fresh kegs,
yes, we do. Also, the other thing is, do not spend upgrades on those stress recovery things until you're like close to the mid game, and when you do, don't spend that much.
Basically, for me to be able to use them effectively.
Basically, every upgrade on those will either increase the amount of stress recovered or decrease the cost.
All right, so let's look at the stagecoach. So we've got now, because we upgraded the stagecoach, we have 3 people offered to us rather than the usual 2.
So a good habit to get into is to right-click and view each person before you drag them in, so you can check what skills they have unlocked, what their quirks are and stuff. Obviously, you're going to be taking everyone right now because your roster's not full.
Yeah. So this guy, so this is a version of Reynold, only this is Kane, and Kane is capable of battle healing and hitting people in the back rank, which seems pretty cool.
Also, check his quirks too, just in case there's any really good ones in there.
Less blight resist, and he consumes more food if he's stressed out. But so the first round he's like more powerful than usual. He's hot to trot.
So he doesn't have that tanking skill, but if he did, it would probably be a bad idea for him to use it on the first round because he's got this.
That makes sense.
And since he's a stress eater, maybe you want to bring like 1 or 2 extra food.
That makes sense. Okay, so grab that guy. Let's have a look at Liziu.
So this is not a great lineup, but it's okay. So to explain, the Grave Robber, one of the more limited classes. The Grave Robber is an attacker who moves a lot.
Okay.
Her 2 like defining skills are Lunge and Shadow Fade, which she both has unlocked, which is good.
So Lunge moves her forward 2, and Shadow Fade moves her back 2.
This is a pretty decent Grave Robber build, actually, except for the fact that she doesn't have her like melee skill, but that's not that bad. So basically, you either want to start her in the back and have her lunge into like your priority target on the first turn, or start her in the front and have her Shadow Fade to get extra damage on the next.
Gotcha. Okay, so pull her in, and then we've got.
And she also combos well with Plague Doctor because Plague Doctor can put blight on people, which gives her extra damage.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. And then Burasa.
Yeah. So the leper is a pretty nice frontliner. His one big downside is he's got very bad accuracy. But he's like super self-sufficient. He does massive damage when he hits. He's a very good tank, and he can buff himself and heal himself to like take care of any problems. Like you'll notice his purge skill actually increases his accuracy.
But he's afraid of the undead, and so that's gonna be a little tough in the particular place where we've been fighting.
Yeah, but you're gonna need to bring it. But he's also I forgot that Fear of Unholy means accuracy debuff as well.
Yeah,
so
he's gonna be like
so he's your tank. He is your tank, and that is all he's going to be.
I should not expect him to hit things regularly.
Oh no, not at all, because you have no way to increase his accuracy right now.
Okay, so now I can go to the embark screen and figure out who I want to bring, and then make decisions about other people.
Let me just check there wasn't anything else really important that I want to talk about. Not really. Okay. Oh, right. The other thing I want to say. So something the game doesn't tell you, another reason you aren't using the stress recovery buildings.
Mm-hmm.
If you leave people idle in town, they just recover a little bit of stress on their own.
Oh, so if I can leave them alone long enough, I don't need to spend money on the building.
Yeah. So, and if in Radiant mode, they recover 10. In Darkest mode, they recover 5.
All right.
So that said, because people are very stressed, they may actually, you know what? In this instance, I would actually take your Vestal and put her into a stress recovery building. Okay. Because of like the people you got and the fact she's your only good healer and stuff, I would put her in like a low stress recovery thing.
This one?
And yeah, I would put. In fact, you may want to actually upgrade the stress recovery on that once, since you're actually using it, because the first upgrade is super cheap.
All right. And then do I also want to do the same thing with Dismas, or is Dismas not as important?
No, I wouldn't do that. Normally, I wouldn't do this with her at all, and I'd probably end up dismissing her, but you don't have any other healers, and you don't have many backliners.
Mm-hmm. All right.
Oh, you know what?
What?
So this is a little advanced, but there's a really cool combo you can actually do with the people you rolled. Okay. So look at your new Crusader and your Grave Robber. They both have skills that move them forward. And both of those skills only work when they start in the back 2 ranks.
Okay, so there's a reason why I might want to start them in the back, but then have them plan to go forward.
So what you can do, the Grave Robber is a lot faster. If you put your Crusader in the 2nd rank and put the Grave Robber in the 4th, what's going to happen is the Grave Robber lunges forward first, and then the Crusader lunges forward, which lets the Grave Robber lunge forward again.
So does this look like my team?
But you need somebody else to fill it out.
Yeah. So I've got...
Yeah, so just basically you want to make sure everyone can do like useful stuff wherever they're standing by default, but also if they get moved, you want to make sure that they have skills that are useful after they move. Yeah. So just check your Crusader's other skills, see like how you're going to be using him basically.
Yeah, so he can move forward with Holy Lance, and then once he's forward, he can use his other attacks here.
So something useful, the Crusader's support abilities, so he's got a heal on him. Mm-hmm. Those can be used from anywhere. So if he's in the back and you don't want him to attack, you can have him healing.
That's cool. Yeah, and I figured to bring Murdoch just because he's got the blight attacks and stuff like that. And he's pretty flexible. He can be in the far back, or he can be in the 3rd rank, and he does just as well.
Yeah, it's unfortunate he doesn't have a good loadout, because otherwise he'd be your star player right now.
Got it. Okay.
So notice also the farmstead, the DLC area is now unlocked. Don't bother with that till you hit veteran, because you don't really get much advantage out of it.
So should we do
go
ahead.
You should not do a medium length mission, not just because you can't like modify your skills and stuff that much, but also because 3 of your people are level 0, which means additional stress, which over a longer mission.
That makes sense. So should I do a kill everybody mission instead of a explore mission?
Anytime it's between an explorer or a room battles, do the room battles unless you prefer the reward of the explorer.
Okay, so the reward of the room battles right now is a Plague Doctor trinket that gives disease resist.
Check both the trinket and the heirlooms, and the heirlooms are the same. So it's just a matter of which one you prefer.
So it's Vestal getting a higher virtue chance doesn't seem that valuable compared to disease resist on the Plague Doctor.
Yeah, virtue is the good outcome when they get stressed out, but it's always going to be lower than the bad outcome.
Did I collect a trinket last time that I should make sure to use?
Right, that's the other thing. So if you look at the chest in the lower right, that's where your trinkets are, and you can open up somebody's character panel while you're viewing this.
Okay, so my blight, the character that does blight stuff is Murdoch, and so I could slot this.
And you can also rearrange these by moving them in and out of your inventory during the game. Okay. So, you'll have trinkets that are specialized to one character. They're usually a bit more powerful, and general purpose ones. The general purpose ones, you can move between characters as things change.
Oh, okay, cool. That works. All right. Well, do we want to get into this?
Let me just double check. I think we're pretty... Yeah, we want to get into this, because it's when we unlock the upgrade buildings that the other big parts of what I have to say come into play.
Oh, by the way, I should acknowledge that Zaluk Blizzard came in and said hi. It's going pretty well. Glad that you joined us. And yeah, we got other folks in the chat that I have not really been acknowledging that much. So sorry, the conversation that I'm having with Cloudcraft has been so informative. I've kind of been ignoring the chat a little bit. So definitely highlight, tag me if you want me to notice that you said something, if it's relevant, so that I can try not to just completely abandon you all to the wind.
Oh. To answer something Jedi Sidetrick said a little while ago, I don't believe it's first person at all. It's just that they're using 3D character models.
Gotcha. All right, so I hit provision. And
yeah,
so now you were
provision.
saying torches.
So now so actually all 4 of your people have actually given you some free stuff here, which is pretty nice.
Cool.
So
8 torches.
Again, minimum 6, but 8 is good.
A little bit of extra food because I got a stress eater.
in fact, I would do slightly more extra food, because if your like leper gets hit, he can heal himself fine, but your other healer has a pretty weak heal.
That's true. I don't have a Vestal, so yeah, I'll want to have food as backup. That makes a lot of sense. And then I wanted to grab 1 each of some of the...
You already have 1, but it's not bad to bring extras.
That's right.
So because this is runes, I'd bring another extra key, maybe another extra holy water, and also I usually bring an extra shovel on all missions for safety.
Okay, cool. So this is probably a decent loadout? I think
unless you want to take even more food, yeah. Sorry, there's something in my throat.
I'll bring a little bit of extra food, 1 extra torch, just because we don't have my my Crusader who has the light ability anymore. We got a different Crusader without that ability, so... All right, let's go.
Yep. Also, another reason I had you do that weird lunge dance thingy, that's what it's called actually when you have characters moving positions a lot. It's called a dance team.
Nice. Oh, no.
Yeah, so they only now told you how to view your character stats. But the other reason I had you do that is because those are basically your only 2... Well, okay, your Plague Doctor can hit the back line, but as we've established, this Plague Doctor is really inconsistent. But that will let you hit the back line more, so you can focus down the stress people.
So I'm assuming she is probably my best trap person. She's 50% on traps.
Check their trap skills.
Yeah. So yeah, I think she is going to be my best trap person.
Yeah.
So, but do I need to just...
So don't move forward. You need to select her, then left click on the trap.
Okay. I feel like that is what I did with Dismas. I think he just kept rolling badly.
That's really weird, because they have almost 100% on these early traps, like the Highwayman does. He's not as good as she is, but yeah.
The match is struck.
Yeah, remember, anytime it drops to 75 or lower, that's when you hit the new torch. And every step drops the torch.
Oh no! Shot. Oh no, gonna be shot again. Good, she dodged.
Yeah, she is really dodgy. And she buffs her dodge.
So should we do the dance, or should I start throwing some poison darts around? Because these guys are...
I would do the dance. Because even though they're not blighted, so you don't get bonus, she does a lot of damage with that attack, and has very high
guys who I want to hit?
Yeah, the 2 backline guys, they have the most damage, though they're also probably going to be the hardest to kill because they've got high health and dodge, but they have the most damage, so I would focus them.
Okay. So yeah, that was a lot. I love all the blood that's coming out of these, skeletons. Man, everyone wants to kill her. I guess skeletons really don't like grave robbers. That's probably just a thing.
Probably.
A devastating blow.
Okay, so this guy is probably screwed.
Yeah. So when your Crusader goes, you'll actually have a decision to make. Now, actually, first, so this guy, so you may want to just have him go and do tanky stuff, or have him use Purge, because that will increase his accuracy if it hits.
Oh, okay.
Alternatively, his self heal also heals some stress.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, so now I'm gonna use Holy Lance.
you have. Oh wait, oh right, Holy Lance can hit the guy in the very back. I was gonna say since you couldn't hit that guy that you'd have a decision on whether to do that or heal, but since you can hit the very back guy, go for the very back.
Whoa!
So yeah,
powerful.
Holy Lance is as much power as his like normal smite attack. It just hits the back line and it has a higher crit chance.
I love that the blight effect stays on the dead body and keeps dissolving the dead body.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. Okay, so I could do her lunge again at this. This guy doesn't need it though. I think he's already got 4 damage.
Dead.
But I could lunge this dude.
Yeah, even though he has protection, well, actually check your damage range. Like check how much damage you're going to do to
5 to
him.
10. I could kill him in one blow if I'm really lucky.
If you're really lucky, yeah. Otherwise, you get him very low. And he does more damage than the guy in front, so.
Okay. So.
And now the Plague Doctor gets to be basically useless again. You might as well just heal her for one.
Why
like,
not?
God, this is a terrible Plague Doctor setup.
It's great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Confidence
Dead.
surges as the enemy crumbles.
Oh man. Oh, yeah. I almost got bumped in the night.
Jedi side tricks, by the way, when it comes to putting together dance teams or just teams with people with move skills, all you really need to worry about mainly is making sure you figure out, okay, where are people going to be moved by somebody moving around, and just make sure they can do useful stuff anywhere they get moved to.
Yeah, because a dance team with this leper in front is actually pretty problematic, because the leper was put in a position where he couldn't do anything at all.
In front, it's not a problem. It's only if he were in the second rank it would be a problem.
Yeah, well, but he did actually move back because the 2 people moved in the order that they did. He ended up in the 3rd rank, and I had to move him over.
Oh, he did? I didn't actually see because the frickin' thing's delaying. Because I can't see every move you do.
Oh, sorry.
It's not as consistent as the stream.
Okay, so let's chop.
But yeah, you need to consider that when you choose your move order. Like if he's in the 2nd rank and the Crusader's in the 3rd rank, don't have the Crusader move forward.
Yeah, I think I've learned that lesson now. Okay,
so
we're scouting.
Now, because your team's moving, make sure you reset her to the position you want her to start the fight in.
That's right.
So you want her in the back so that when the Crusader moves forward, she'll move back.
So I can hit default party order, which just puts them back to the order I started them with.
Oh, right. I always forget that button exists.
And then, okay, so let's continue to this room. So we're going to have a couple of curios along the way. Okay, so this thing.
Do you want me to just spoil what to use on this? You can sometimes figure it out from the description. Use herbs on it.
Herbs on it, okay. Yeah, no, that I would not. Herbs are one of the last things I would have thought of.
Yeah, sometimes you can figure it out. Oh, so journal pages, by the way, those are just pure lore. If you bring them back to town, they'll get saved forever, and they won't. And that specific journal page won't show up again. But oh my God, 2 of them in a row? That is really rare. Okay, well I guess you're using your other herbs. The good news is it frees up an inventory slot.
Yeah. Measure.
Oh yeah, another reason that I don't like Radiant quite as much, so I couldn't confirm this anywhere, but I swear that it gives you more loot. Okay,
crazy
see
guy.
that guy who looks like he's going crazy? That is one of the worst stress casters.
Okay, so
kill him now,
guy.
kill him dead.
All right, let's see. So damage on okay, so most damage.
But I was gonna say, I swear that you get more loot in Radiant, which is kind of instead of like decreasing the costs of upgrades, which is kind of a bad thing because it's not like you get more inventory slots.
Oh, interesting. Yes, it's kind of a self-limiting thing.
Yeah, Radiant makes it very easy for you to progress yourself into a situation that encourages you to do stupid.
Alright, so I could try to attack somebody, or I could also buff myself.
So keep in mind also that his purge ability clears all the corpses.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
Yeah, that's why I said you want to read every single thing a skill does.
Gotcha. Now, I don't know if...
Whoa. Most of them do at least 2, sometimes 3 or 4 different things.
Well, that makes sense. Yeah, because you can basically you have to select up front what very limited set of abilities you're bringing in. So multi-use abilities are pretty valuable.
And Purge also knocks people back. So if you use Purge, you might be able to clear that corpse, knock the frontline guy back to force the backline guy forward, and prevent the frontline guy from doing everything he does.
So so you're saying that if I killed more guys and cleared corpses.
Yeah. So right click on your leper, because you can see his skills that way. Look at what Purge does.
Yeah, clears all corpses, buffs himself. And what does knockback do? Like
knockback means it pushes the enemy back 3 ranks, so all the way to the back, no matter where they are, if they don't resist it.
Oh, gotcha.
It's a movement skill.
Be gone, fiend.
Oh, one less of those to worry about. That guy almost went away. Alright, well, this guy is going to be gone, so I guess I might as well just heal somebody who needs healing.
Yeah. And don't bother putting your healing skills on the leper, because he can heal himself. So, but in this case, you want to heal instead of moving forward, so the leper can actually do stuff.
Yeah, exactly. So the leper. So
also, the leper's heal will.
Dang it!
But upside, the leper's heal also removes his stress.
Oh, that's true. So we can heal this turn. She can back off and get out of his way on her next turn.
Yeah, like I said, leper is like super. Like he is the most like self-sufficient character that you have. He doesn't need anybody else to help him. He just needs to get his accuracy up, and then he's a powerhouse.
Unforgiving.
Okay, so now, like, a lot of the things we were going to use Purge to accomplish just aren't a thing anymore, and so I'm...
You might... Actually, I didn't see what you did. You may actually, even though I normally don't recommend doing those, like, single target buffs at a regular enemy encounter...
Yeah.
In this situation, it might have been a good idea just to get this guy down faster, because he's got protection.
That makes sense. But yeah, I think in this particular case, I managed to do enough with my regular other characters. So let's key in this, I assume.
Yeah. If it's a lock, you need a key.
All right. A sickening satchel for the grave robber.
Oh, that's a really good as far as common trinkets go, because she already does bonus, so you can put that on her right now.
Okay, so let's...
You can equip people with any trinkets you pick up as long as they're allowed to equip them. You can actually see her 2 trinket slots like without opening
there.
her.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so now she's got that. Extra damage against blighted. So now the Plague Doctor can set her up to do extra damage against people.
Well, she already with her lunge does extra damage against blighted. So now she does like twice the
extra damage against blighted. Ooh, we got slightly longer paths between these ones.
Yeah, so because we're no longer in pre-made dungeons, it varies based on which area you go to, but there are patterns in how it generates.
Stack of
You
books.
learn them over time. So reading is bad. Don't read. Okay, in reality, reading is just really random, but I don't consider it worth it, because this could give you stress or negative quirks. It could give you positive quirks, but what you might get out of it isn't really worth the risk most of the time.
So I can ignore it?
Yeah, there's one exception of like one reading type thing that you can use an item on, but for the most part, you ignore it.
All right, well, let's set up some people to take extra damage from Blight.
Yeah, you really want to kill at least one of these 3 guys, because they all have like debuffs that support each other.
So, so you got negative to dodge.
Yeah, so like the front guy is a whole bunch of health that does high damage. The next guy has protection and does bleeds, and then the back guy has dodge and like hits everyone.
Okay, so now I'm purging, which eliminates the corpse and brings this ranged guy up a little bit closer, which if that ends up being useful.
Yeah, unfortunately you didn't move the guy because he's got high move resist.
Oh, gotcha. But now we're down to just fighting one guy, which is way better than the situation we were in before.
And now you probably want to dedicate some of your guys to damage and some of your guys to recovery.
So, okay, so I think I'm going to use this. just because I didn't
there
want her to
wasn't
move.
much point in that. Oh, you don't want her to move.
I didn't want her to jump ahead of the leper, which is what she would have done if I'd done her.
She wouldn't have. Well, she would have jumped ahead of the leper, yes, but the other guy would have been fine.
Yeah. So I was just thinking. Let's see here. So yeah, there isn't much value to knockback, but this also is more likely to hit than his
Honestly,
regular chop
you
attack.
should probably heal him here because even though he's one of your best damage dealers, he's got low accuracy and he could really use the health
I
and
critted on
stress.
myself.
Yeah, when you
dirty.
crit on heals, they do extra heal and stress relief.
Okay, so let's see if we can stunning blow this dude. Nice.
Yeah, even though he's got high stun resistance, it's a worthwhile risk, but you should really be lunging. Either that or blighting him. Like, you should really be trying to do as much damage as you can with people who aren't trying to heal up.
So we're gonna heal her so she stops bleeding. And then
With him, don't even bother curing his bleed unless it's a really high bleed.
because it's gonna go away anyway as soon as this ends, or
Yeah,
does it go
like
away?
he can easily. No, it won't just go away, but he can easily recover the damage.
Okay.
So, by the way, you've got that journal page sitting around. That's probably the first thing you should dump. Oh, you also picked up a trinket. So, for this, as soon as you hit that X, everything is gone. So, what you want to do, you could dump the journal page, but instead equip that trinket to one of your people.
Boink. Yay! All right. Through the door.
Yeah, trinkets, as I said, are generally higher priority. Sometimes I dump the common ones for money instead because I would have sold them anyway, but usually you want to keep any trinkets you find.
All right. Well, let's open up some light again.
Okay, so you don't have any more herbs, so you could either take a risk on this or just pass it by.
Let's do it.
Up to you.
Yes, stashed loot.
You got lucky.
Oh, but now it's time to start ditching journal pages, right?
Yep. I mean, if you really care about the war, you can, like,
I don't.
let inventory be taken up by them. You just... Oh, also, one other note.
Yeah.
Those gold-colored gems you have stacked in the upper right inventory.
Yes.
So a full stack of citrines is worth less than a full stack of gold, and they're rarer. So, like, citrines, journal pages, and busts are probably the thing you should dump first out of anything.
Okay. Good to know. And I just realized, like, if I run out of space, I can also eat some of this food because some of my characters could benefit from that.
Yeah, just be careful. Also, a character can't eat more than 4 food between combat encounters.
Oh, good to know. They've got limited stomachs. Oh, I forgot to rearrange my characters. So
Yes, you did. Good job.
We're just gonna back her up. Not that bad. We're back to kind of normal.
That's the main danger with dance teams. Like, sometimes you form a bad one, but the main danger is forgetting to rearrange your characters before the next battle.
All right, well, let's stunning blow this guy so he doesn't do his big... Oh, he resisted. That's fine. It means I got another chance later on.
Yeah, if you can move him, that would be really good, even though he's got high move resist.
Yeah, he resisted that too. But
Yeah, that's
we're also doing
unfortunate.
damage to him. That's not bad.
And you buffed your accuracy on your leper.
That's true.
But if he had moved, he would have forced both those guys to the front because he takes up 2 slots.
Oh, he knocked me back a little. That's interesting.
Yeah, so now your order is changed. And this isn't terrible, but it's not great because if you lunge forward, then you get your
I put my
leper out of
in a
position.
completely useless
So
position.
either you need to not lunge, or you need to lunge and then have the Crusader or the leper move so that they're back in the proper positions.
So if I have her throw these 2 knives, I think she does enough damage that this guy's going to die his next turn.
Yeah, that's a good call.
And then this is kind of the only thing the Plague Doctor can do unless I want him to heal somebody.
That will, I think, take out. Yeah, that meant that other guy died, so that was a good move. You probably, I was gonna say you probably want to heal
Oh, whoops.
because he's at half health and still has plenty of stress.
Okay, yeah, that's a good point.
So yeah, focus on healing up anybody who really needs healing right now, and then worry about
Taking that guy last.
yeah, like try to kill him before his next turn, but focus on healing.
Because you can't heal between fight unless you camp, but camping's a whole different thing.
Yeah, camping and food are the only ways. So
Oh, whoops.
The victory.
I thought that
keep
would
in
kill
mind,
it.
if you want her to delay a turn, you could have had her move.
That's true.
So always hit continue first and just check the map and see if there's anywhere else you want to explore before you go. Oh, by the way,
Finding the
you
stuff is
can
only the first test.
retreat from combats
must be
and
carried
from
home.
quests. It gives you stress, but you'll get to keep all the stuff you looted.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, so I'm feeling adventurous.
Another, oh my god, 4 of them in a short this is streamer luck. It's streamer luck. That's what it is.
So because I know that was all of the room combats, there could still be combats that I encounter in the hallways, but I know that because I've completed the quest, there aren't any more room scale battles. So I'm
Yeah.
feeling
So
pretty confident
unless you run
exploring.
into a hallway boss, you're not going to run into any dangerous combat. There are hallway bosses, by the way.
That's fun. I'm betting not this
Yes.
early though. Ah!
Oh, sometimes.
All right, let's see how this goes. Maybe I'm gonna get everyone killed. This is great.
Make sure you up the torch.
Oh my god.
Also, good job not rearranging your characters. So, yeah, this is why you kill him.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool.
So keep in mind, if this combat
As the
starts to
light
really
gains
turn
purchase,
south, you can
spirits
retreat
are
from it.
lifted,
Okay.
and purpose
So
is
I'm
Keep
made
that in
clear.
mind.
Focus on that guy. Focus on taking him out.
Yeah, if possible, if you can let the blight kill that guy, the other one he won't leave a corpse, and the other one will just move up.
Because the madman isn't quite gonna die from that by itself. Now.
Yeah, so you do.
my
I
leopard's
guess the
back.
only thing you can do is tank.
Yep. So I guess we'll just do that with him. We can fade her back. Oh man, he's in trouble. Okay, so should he just heal himself because he's in such trouble here?
Probably not, because he cannot get anywhere near out healing the damage they do. So he should either move or try to stun someone.
Okay, well, let's stun him.
And he got a crit, which is nice. So he gets a buff and some stress recovery.
Nice. Okay, so now if I blight these guys
So-
again, blight stacks, right?
Yes, pretty much everything other than like stun stacks.
Okay, cool.
Like
So
all
now-
debuffs stack with
gonna
themselves.
die from the
Like
blight.
everything
On its
stacks.
own.
Oh no. We're gonna be in Death Storm, you say. So she can shadow
Yeah,
phase.
try to avoid Death's Door if you can, because you don't want the debuffs from it.
As the fiend
Yeah,
falls,
actually,
a faint
Actually,
hope
no.
blossoms.
Doing that blight was a good move, but yeah, he can only heal himself.
That's right. But he probably needs it. Okay, so this guy's
Now
in
he's
trouble.
on death's door thanks to the bleed. He should heal himself now because one hit could kill him.
Yeah. Okay, so he's just barely hanging on.
Yeah,
So we could.
and you
Sorry.
can kill one. In fact, you don't need to lunge to kill one of them, so you can probably do an attack and then lunge next turn.
Yeah, that's true. And then should I also?
And
should I heal this guy
Randolph
because it'll
Cord-
stop the bleeding?
Yes, in this case, yeah. Randolph Cord, no, it doesn't auto reset. There is a button to reset it to default positions, but the game presumes you're just gonna figure out what you're doing and pay attention. It does that with a lot of things. Now, though, since you're near the end anyway, he should be attacking.
Yeah, this is like almost the very last
Yeah.
thing I'm gonna do.
Don't bother with any other recovery unless it's to recover stress. Because you're about to end the mission.
Decimated.
You're just gonna loot a little bit and that's it. Actually, so
Blood quickens.
don't move forward just yet.
Yeah.
Actually, no, move forward, but don't loot the torch just yet.
Okay.
Okay, snuff your torch all the way down to 0.
Okay.
So normally, when you loot this thing, you only get one torch out of it.
Haunting the hearts of
Now
men.
loot it.
A torch
Oh,
and a
that
citrine.
was a bad roll. So in reality, it gave you like 3 additional loot rolls
Oh,
for
they just
doing
went
that.
badly
It
'cause I
just
suck.
Path is
yeah,
clear.
they just went badly
You
because you suck.
require
Yes,
only the strength to follow it.
but like even those basic torches can be good sources of loot when you darken it, and you can also like put it down to 0 right before a combat ends, so that it applies to the combat loot too. Okay,
right.
so now you want a GTFO.
More bones returned to rest.
Collected treasure.
Devils remanded to their abyss.
So much gold. Well, not that much gold, actually. Kind of disappointed by this amount of gold. Okay, gold's getting higher. Good. Okay. They just start with the cheapest crap. Oh, they start with all of the stuff I didn't use. That makes sense.
It's actually just in the order it's in your inventory.
Oh, okay. So it's the stuff that I bought before.
Also, if you hit the next button while it's counting things up, it won't actually progress past this screen. It'll just skip all of the like animations of them.
Oh, got it. So we got Thanatophobia.
Ooh, evasive. That's so. We're going to be talking a lot about stats now. We're going to spend a lot of time in town talking. That's like the other main portion.
Brace yourself,
of this.
audience. Here comes the excitement.
And evasive on somebody who's already dodgy is very good.
Okay, cool. And then meditating while camping. Okay, cool.
I see something long absent.
So did you see on the right? Did you see
Yeah, it was a
the
little,
little
like, stress
animation
healing
playing
going
there?
on.
Yeah. So everyone who you left in town got 10 stress healed.
And then Tokliv, because I left her in the whatever the convent or something. She was she lost a lot more stress.
She got more. By the way, another reason not to use the stress heal buildings a lot. There's a small chance that they may be gone for 2 or 3 weeks when you put them in there.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay,
So
where do we
now,
start?
finally, we have unlocked the two, like, the most important buildings in the game are the stagecoach, the guild, and the blacksmith. And now we finally have the guild and the blacksmith. So, now go into them, and we're going to check them out, what they do, what their upgrades are. Actually, let me check my notes, too.
Okay, so we did drag a particular hero in before we
So-
really get to see anything in here?
Yes, but we're going to focus on the upgrades first. But yeah, move your Vestal in.
My Vestal?
The healer who's a nun.
Okay.
Yeah. So with this, basically, so you can unlock skills because your level 0 people come in with only 4 of their skills unlocked. You can only have 4 skills equipped on them at any one time, but you can change out the equipped skills in the middle of an expedition, just
Oh, I
not
didn't know
during
that.
combat. Yeah, that's a really useful thing in some cases. Like, for instance, if you have a buff that you don't want to waste on normal enemy encounters, but do want to use during a boss.
Got it.
So don't pay for anything yet, because we're probably going to be upgrading this. Unfortunately, you do. Oh wait, no, this one uses portraits. So the other thing is, once you've upgraded this building, you can also use it to level up your skills. So go into the upgrade in the upper left there. So there are 2 things. One of them decreases the cost of unlocking skills and upgrading them. One of them lets you upgrade them to a new level. You probably want to buy both of these if you can afford it.
I can't, just barely.
Every creature has a
Yeah,
weakness.
and then you're going to...
The wise hero trains
So,
for
like
what
I said,
he
this
will
is one of
face.
the 3 most important buildings. You're going to be focusing on upgrading this as fast as possible most of the time.
Gotcha.
Don't buy the next upgrade for cost reduction just yet, because you may need that you may need those crests for something else. So
Okay.
don't buy anything yet, but look at what happens if you upgrade any of your skills.
Yeah, so this goes
So
from
if
heal
you
4-5 to heal 5-6.
If you upgrade a heal or a recovery skill, it's pretty much always going to increase the amount it recovers. If you upgrade an attack, it does not increase the damage. But what does increase is the accuracy goes up by 5, the crit modifier goes up by 1, and any secondary effects usually also get boosted. So the bonus damage versus unholy gets boosted. If you have a chance to inflict a status effect, that goes up by 10. All of that is really important. There's a lot of stats in the game, but kind of the 3 that are like always useful, always really good for everyone are speed, so you can go before the enemies and stop them from hitting you. Accuracy, so that you don't have randomness in whether or not you can actually hit the enemies and stop you from hitting them.
Yeah.
Or stop them from hitting you. and dodge, so that when the enemies do get a chance to hit you, sometimes they don't hit you.
All right. Well, then...
all of them are really good on any character. We're going to be unlocking a skill for her, but first I want you to go and do upgrades before you do any unlocking things.
Okay, so do we want to go to the other building then?
Yeah, go to the armory.
The bellows blast once again.
And do we want to grab
Actually,
another
before
person?
you go to the armory, go back to the stagecoach really quick.
A bunch of new
So
classes I
check the
haven't seen yet.
upgrades. Check the bottom upgrade on the stagecoach and what it requires to unlock. Like the first level of it, what do you need to actually purchase that?
Weaponsmithing level 1 and armorsmithing level 1.
And instructor mastery level 1, which
Right,
is
which
one
you've
of the
already got.
things you just upgraded.
Got it.
Okay, now go to the blacksmith. So, unlike the guild, the blacksmith is actually useless until you upgrade it and you don't have... Okay, so actually,
deeds.
you know what? We can solve this. So, you need deeds. So down by where you have all of your heirlooms listed, there's a little that little like switchy arrow thing. I don't know what it's called. Click on that.
Trade heirlooms.
Yes. So first off, increase the amount you're trading because and you want to trade busts for other stuff right now because the busts are the least valuable.
What are the busts?
The head.
Gotcha. Okay. So if I trade...
So increase the amount to make sure you're getting a good exchange rate.
Oh,
so
that gives me enough.
Yeah,
I think all I need is actually 10 deeds.
Yeah. If you get 10 deeds, you can get both of the blacksmith things unlocked.
Okay. So should I do this?
Yes.
I have never noticed this feature ever in the entire time I played Darkest Dungeon.
It's really valuable early on. Like it's not as good as just having them because you lose some in the exchange,
I'm sure,
but
yeah.
you don't lose that much.
Okay, so now I get armorsmithing and weaponsmithing.
Yeah, get both of those.
A sharper sword, a stronger shield.
And so what
So,
that's
both-
done is unlock the ability to upgrade the
So,
actual
don't-
base weapons.
Yeah, don't upgrade anyone yet, because first, you want to figure out who you're taking on the next mission. You don't want to waste any money on upgrades until you actually send someone on a mission.
Gotcha.
So, here's the other thing. So, experienced recruits, this sounds like, oh, it's nice, I get level 1 people, they won't get stressed out in the early dungeons, it speeds things up a little.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is way better than that. So, with experienced recruits, so every recruit who comes in at a higher experience level than 0 will have all of the upgrades they could have at that level. Basically, the way it works is, so at level 0, they can't take any upgrades. At level 1, they can upgrade their armor and weapon each to level 2, and they can upgrade their skills to level 2.
So your new recruits coming from the outside will end up being probably more powerful than the ones that you've had for a while that you just haven't spent the time upgrading.
It's not just that they're more powerful, you also save a ridiculous amount of money, and with all of the recruits who come in at a higher level, you don't have to worry about whether they have good skills unlocked.
So I'm glad that I traded for just the minimum, the bare minimum number of busts I needed to, because I've got just enough busts to do this now.
Yeah, that's
the first lucky
very
strike
good.
I've had.
Yeah, busts are the least important thing, but they are used for this, which is pretty useful, especially this first level, but every subsequent level not only gives you higher level people, it also means there's a higher chance the people you get are going to be leveled up.
And now I can see why you're so cavalier about dismissing characters, because once you've leveled up experienced recruits a couple of times, some of your early recruits from before are garbage.
It's part of that, but it's also the fact that right now you're getting 3 people in every single week, and if you upgrade it one more time, you can get 4 every week. So you get a full party's worth of people in every single week.
Gotcha.
And there will always be low-level missions for them to do.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. So should I pull these 3 in?
Yeah, pull these 3 in.
Right.
But yeah, just for context, since we probably won't do it much here, basically, if they have a really bad negative quirk that's locked in, if they have a really high, if they're afflicted, or if they what was the other thing? I'm glad I wrote notes now. This is the thing I managed to forget that I needed notes for.
We're starting to level up the ruins. Is that going to be a problem for me?
We'll get to that. We'll get to that in a moment as soon as I find my notes, which I didn't arrange properly. God. So these things were organized.
So I have an appointment at 12:30. Just so that you're aware, because I'm assuming we're not going to take that long, but I just wanted to let you know there is a time constraint at the end of this.
Sorry, this is actually important. Oh, right. So, yeah, if they have reasons to dismiss heroes, I made a list. And remember, the key here is minimizing the amount of money and wasted time you need to, like, actually get them in fighting shape. Dismiss them if they're afflicted, so they've maxed out stress and got a bad result. This is for like 0 to 2 heroes. For like higher level heroes you've spent a fair amount of money on, you like raise the standards. Yeah, raise the standards, but sometimes you still want to dump those. If they if they're afflicted, if they have especially bad negative quirks, like if they have 2 bad negative quirks, or if one bad negative quirk is locked in, get rid of them. If they have multiple diseases on them, get rid of them. Or if they have some like combination of bad quirk, disease, and high stress, get rid of them.
Okay. And
also, if they're just...
I used to think of this as being kind of like State of Decay, which is like your characters are sort of the core of what your capabilities are. But in this game, it's actually the town is the core of what your capabilities are, and the town can replenish losses to your people. And it's the people
your hero roster is short term where your capabilities are, but your town is your ability to make your hero roster better.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's a really important insight, something that I really was missing before you ever went over this with me. So that's really cool.
Okay, so yeah, let's figure out our party and then we'll go back and upgrade them.
All right, so let's pull everybody out to start.
So pull everyone out. So one thing at the top of the party roster, there's buttons you can use to organize them based on their stress level or their experience level or their character class. And also, if you click this while you have people set up to go out, those people will always be on top.
Okay, got it. So I can look at my new people, Adenel, Gildersleeve, and Poignant.
Let me talk a little bit about what each one does. So Adenel is an arbalest. Oh, that's something I forgot to talk about Actually, maybe you didn't have the Musketeer, which is good, because the Musketeer is a reskinned Arbalest, but gets treated as another class.
Okay.
But, so the Arbalest is a backline character. She's the first character you have that's focused on the mark skill. So if you... Actually, go back to Dismas real quick. I just want to show you that he has this. So hover over his pistol shot, or...
extra damage against marked. So if I had Dismas and Adenel together in the same party, they could mutually support each other.
Mark basically does certain attacks do extra damage, and if you look at what her main attack on the left does.
Extra 50% on mark. So she marks somebody, and that's a long-term investment.
And she gets bonus crit on mark. So she is a character who revolves around mark to do her damage.
Okay, got it.
Arbalest is backline combination of mark for high damage and support abilities.
Okay.
Like she has an unlockable heal and some debuffs and some stuff. Let's skip over him for a moment.
My Abomination starts with all their skills?
That's great, except it's not. We'll get to that. So the Occultist.
Yes.
Occultist is a really flexible support character who can pretty much stand anywhere based on what skills you give him. His heal, really powerful single target heal, but
bleeds
really
people?
Random. 60% base to bleed though. So if they've got any bleed resistance, it's actually a relatively low chance.
Okay.
But still, every once in a while, you will roll 0 heal and bleed them.
Oh, and he's got something equivalent to Purge, where he's moving enemies around and getting rid of corpses.
Yeah, he also has a really good stun skill, and it's not unlocked, but he has a skill that can mark people.
Okay.
So
cool.
he works really well in a team with people who benefit from marked targets.
Yeah, this is more than 100% stun, so that's cool. So
yeah. Also, that stun only has a minus 50 damage mod, which most stuns do a lot less damage. So even though he doesn't do super high damage, that stun does a lot more damage than most stuns do.
Okay.
Okay, so Abomination is weird and one of the worst classes early on. So Abomination is a transforming guy. He's got his transform skill, and then 3 of his skills can only be used in human form, and 3 can only be used in beast form.
So basically, it equips all of the skills and then swaps them out depending on the form you're in?
Yeah, so all of that sounds fine. The thing that's not so fine is that, for one, the way he's statted out, he's really reliant on his trinkets, like his specialized trinkets, to actually like be good.
Uh-huh.
And also, anytime he transforms, he does stress to the other heroes, and while he is transformed, they keep taking stress.
Oh, he's a damage over time to everyone else's stress.
Early on, he is terrible.
So we should not bring him on this expedition.
Unless you just keep him in human form, he can still be useful there, but he's not great.
Okay.
So ideally, I would probably just avoid taking him for now.
Okay.
So, all right, we need to decide what mission you're doing. So check through the available missions.
Yeah, so we should
see what's in the room.
Yeah, go ahead.
What's in the Weld. Like, choose your mission first, and then work out your party.
Okay, so the Wield is a short battle mission, pretty decent. In the ruins, we've got 2 short explorations and a short. Oh, we got a medium battle mission.
Keep in mind what the rewards are. You probably don't want to do medium unless all of the characters you take are level 1.
Yeah, so I think I don't. At some point, we'll want to sort of talk about what camping is all about. But I think we probably also don't have time.
We may not have time. We can't even unlock the thing to unlock camping skills yet. So
okay, that's true.
That doesn't come for another, I think, 2 missions. So okay, so what I would say. So you may want to go to the Weld, just because you might want to level up the Weld, and it also gives deeds. But alternatively, that one thing in the runes gives you a pretty good early trinket that just can give anyone stuns, make them better for no downside, and it also gives deeds.
I kind of like this too. Yeah, let's go with this one.
Yeah, so you're basically choosing between either you go for the better loot or you go for leveling up the area. So leveling up areas does 2 things. One is you need to, until you level them up once, you'll only just have that one apprentice mission in them all the time.
Okay.
And also, I think level ups unlock longer length missions, the first few. But the big thing is that level ups unlock bosses, and boss missions will just kind of sit there until you do them. They'll just be there the whole time. They usually have pretty good rewards if you do them well, and also they will always reward. They give high experience, high progression for the area, and they give rare trinkets. And most of the rewards for a boss mission won't change week to week, but the trinket will. So you unlock a boss mission, then you kind of wait for it to show a good trinket, and then you do it.
Okay, that works. Okay, so
let's the bosses themselves have unique mechanics.
So let's go in this one, and I'd love to try some new characters if I can.
Yeah, so we're going runes again, which is good because runes are also the easiest area and a good area for loot.
So I was thinking, should I grab Adnel or Poignant?
All right, I have. Let me just remind myself on party building how this works real quick. Okay, yeah. So basically, usually kind of the easy way to build a party is pick 1 or 2 people you want to take, build a party around them, and if you can't, rearrange it.
Okay, so if I chose Adnel, for instance, then that means I've got somebody in the back rank who marks stuff, and so people who benefit from mark would be good to add. And if Dismas wasn't as stressed out, then that might be nice and complimentary.
So, honestly, she does mark stuff, but her main job is going to be killing stuff that's already marked, because she is a character who focuses on dealing damage against marked people.
So if somebody else could do the marking, that'd be great. Except I don't know if
yeah,
anyone else
somebody
has got
else
those
like
abilities.
say. So remember, you have the ability to unlock skills now. Your occultist has a marked skill that's not unlocked yet.
Okay, let's see here. Which one is it? Are you sure? Let's see. Oh, there.
Yes, I'm sure.
Vulnerability hacks. Okay, so if I wanted to get out
also,
of here, and...
marked skills generally debuff the target too.
Okay, so...
I wouldn't do that yet. I would arrange your whole party first, assuming that you're going to unlock these skills, and then unlock them. Make sure you have a viable party before you spend any money.
Okay, so he wants to be in the back, she wants to be in the back.
Well, he actually could be anywhere. With his skills, if you unlock a couple, he can be anywhere and be effective.
Oh, that's true. His Abyssal Artillery wants him to be in the back, but the others are much more flexible.
Yeah,
So,
like he has skills that want him to be in the front, skills that want him to be in the back, skills that don't care.
Okay.
So
All
yeah,
right.
he's really flexible.
And
A Vestal is never bad, by the way, if you want to bring her, because now you can actually unlock her good stuff if you want to, but you don't need to, because you already have a good healer.
Okay, and then I could...
Don't bring anyone with high stress.
So I could bring Reynaud back, because he's kind of coming down
You could check Reynald's quirks.
He's the kleptomaniac.
He's still a kleptomaniac. He's going to automatically activate things and steal them. Also, he has minus speed and dodge on one of his quirks, which, remember, speed and dodge are two of the ones that are always good to have.
That's true. I don't have a lot of great frontliners, except I could grab Gildersleeve and not transform him very much.
An alternative you can do is Vestal can be in the front line.
Oh, wow. Interesting.
In fact, what's good when she's in the front line is when you're fighting unholy enemies, because she has 2 attacks that do extra damage against them that can only be used in the front.
Oh, okay.
And what we're going to do is we're going to unlock Divine Comfort, which is the actual reason she's the best healer in the game.
Though Divine
Actually,
Comfort
we're going to be
on
unlocking... No, so... Okay, so here's the thing. Unfortunately, we didn't get any of the characters that really show this, but one of the pieces of information the game doesn't tell you is who gets targeted by your skills that affect your own party.
Oh, that's
so
true.
Divine Comfort can only be used in the back 3, but it affects everyone.
Right.
There are two support characters, by the way, who have skills that have 2 different buff skills that read very similarly to each other. They look like they target the exact same thing, but one of them targets the whole party and one of them targets just one person, and they don't tell you which.
Oh, gotcha. At least in this case, this does say heal versus heal party.
Yeah. So what you're actually going to be doing if you take her is you're going to be unlocking all of her skills that aren't currently unlocked and equipping most of the ones you have, because those are backline only.
Okay, gotcha. So as far as I think she probably still makes sense to be in sort of the second position, so she can both use Divine Comfort and Mace Bash.
Yeah, you always want your Vestal to be able to use Divine Comfort, always.
Okay. So that means we still need to pick somebody for the very front position.
Yes.
And so maybe it's just worth the risk to take Reynaud, or we could bring Gildersleeve and just not have him do his nastier thing when we don't want him to.
Yeah. You could also take the Leper because he can stress heal himself, but since it's not a medium mission and you can't camp, actually, if you're not transforming, you actually want an Abomination to be in the middle.
Okay, well then why don't we grab Arasa
If you need to, you can also put the Occultist in the front and choose another backline guy.
That's right. I like this group. Let's do this group.
Okay. So now you want to go in and first see if there's any skills that you really want to unlock. And if you had any extra, I would say upgrade so it costs less, but you don't. So be careful with this. Unlock the ones you really, really want first.
Okay. So yeah, so vulnerability hex, definitely. And we decided we wanted Divine Comfort, definitely. And then I'm not sure if... Yeah.
With the Vestal, I would unlock both of her other skills because both of them can be used in the front and they're 2 good skills.
Okay.
Now though, well actually first go through all the others and see if there's any skills you want to unlock.
All right. So with Adenel, So I've already got her ability to provide marks for herself if she wants to.
Yeah.
And sniper shot, which I think
this is not a great setup for her because her two of her abilities that are actually unlocked, the bolas and the blind fire, those are kind of like off abilities you don't use a lot. So you probably want to unlock two things. Normally I'd say unlock her healing, but you've got two healers.
Yeah.
Although, then again, you don't really need Rallying Flare for this kind of thing because it clears a bunch of effects the enemies here don't do.
So we could replace these two with this one and this one?
So maybe you just want to unlock the one skill that's below Sniper Shot. Maybe that's all you want.
Well, yeah, so I think it makes sense to keep Bola just because it can hit the front person instead of just only a front person left.
Normally, you want her to use her heals because her heal isn't very strong, but it also buffs the amount of healing that person gets.
Got it.
For subsequent heals. So it's good when combined with another healer.
And then, okay, Barrasso is the other one I wanted to look at. We can hit the front two people with Hugh. Revenge.
So Revenge, he takes more damage, but he also greatly increases all of his skills related to attacking, including his accuracy, which is naturally very low.
Yeah. I think I kind of liked his set before, though. I think I'm probably okay with this.
Yeah, this isn't a bad set for him.
Cool.
Especially when he's tanking.
So did you want to level up any of these skills too? Because we should probably get into the action pretty soon.
Okay, you do want to level up. So her main heal, her Divine Comfort, definitely level that. And it's kind of hard to like go through the whole thing, but look through, see if there's any attacks that have low accuracy or that you really want to be accurate that you're going to be using, and upgrade those right now.
Okay.
Also, a little note.
6. This one seems valuable.
Yeah, this is her stun that's really good.
Okay. Yeah, let's grab that.
Another note on damage over time effects. Usually they increase the damage they do over time every 2 levels.
Got it.
So you can't level her skills up because she's only level 1.
Yeah. So only the characters who are already level 1
definitely,
get this first range.
definitely level up your leper's attacks because his accuracy is terrible.
That makes sense. So it's that and that.
Yeah.
And then we're probably good. Let's get into the action.
Yeah. Okay. One other thing though is going to the blacksmith, which isn't going to take as long. Oh,
because there's not as many choices to make.
Yeah. So with the blacksmith, basically pull anyone in there. You upgrading the weapon will up. Well, it basically says it. The weapon determines their damage range, their crit chance, and their speed gets upgraded like every couple weapon upgrades. And then the armor is their health and their dodge. People who are... Like, armor is always good, but you don't need to upgrade the weapons for people who aren't main damage dealers all the time.
Gotcha. Okay, but these two are going to be my frontline main damage dealers. Well, not
so,
I guess Adnel is my main damage dealer, but...
Somewhat, yeah. Honestly, this isn't a great team, but it's a functional team.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as good as we could expect for right now. With
did you upgrade Adnel?
Well, she's at 0, and so I assumed I couldn't.
Right. Sorry, she's at 0. My bad. Yeah, you're correct on that.
Okay, so let's head into the ruins.
Don't head in yet. Trinkets. Don't forget trinkets.
Trinkets. Okay, right.
Oh, right. When you open up the trinkets, there are buttons on the top right. So. There's buttons on the top right that do things with trinkets. One of them is unequip all trinkets. Your characters who went on the last mission still have those equipped.
Okay, so
you probably don't need any of these, but always unequip all those trinkets before you.
Yeah, because I can't remember if he has any blight skills, the Seeker. If he does, I could up his blight skill chance.
Nobody here has blight skills.
Okay, cool.
Oh, there's one other thing you need to do is actually equipping the skills you're going to want to use.
Oh, correct. Yes. Okay, so I really wanted him to have the vulnerability hex, and he's standing in
the so back. You're going to need to remove one of his moves to do that. You may actually want to remove his AoE on the back line, because you already have the pull to get the backliners to the front so they can be hit. Because Weakening Curse is nice because it decreases protection and damage. Oh, you know what? Oh, no, you can't do a stun skill from there. So yeah, go through everyone and make sure you have their... You can right-click on them when they're actually down below, just above the provision thing too.
Okay.
So you want to take off that skill that does de-stealth because it's useless to you now. And yeah, those are the only skills you can use in that position. So those are the skills you want to use.
Okay, yeah. So all these skills can be used in the position that I'm in.
Yeah. So yeah, you want to think a little bit about how they'll function and stuff. Like she has 2 attacks. One of them can hit the back line and buffs her attack. The other one does full damage. So take out blind fire. Blind fire is generally only something she'll use when she's out of position.
Okay.
Yeah. And you got everybody.
I didn't unlock any new stuff for Barassa, so
didn't change. So
okay, now it's time to provision.
No trinkets. Now you provision. Yes.
All right. So as before.
And you have really good healing, so don't bring any extra food. Just bring the 8. Like it's possible you'll run out. It's not likely.
All right.
Unfortunately, we didn't get the antiquarian tier either.
So this seems.
Remember, since this is runes, you want extra holy water. You want extra keys.
Oh, I forgot that didn't bring automatic holy water this time. So yeah.
Yep, that's important. Always check that.
Okay, so this is probably a fair amount.
I think so. Yeah, maybe bring 1 more holy water just in case.
All right. I haven't found myself using it a lot so far, so.
Yeah, it's very random what shows up, but runes have a lot of things you use holy water on.
All right, well, let's go.
Hello, what coalition? And the tank. Oh, no, it was the tank who showed up, not what coalition.
Hello, the tank. Good to see you.
Cogs. He gets the option to remove quirks, I believe, after this expedition.
Oh.
Quirk removal I wanted to talk about, but can't much. So let me say this. It's expensive. It's really expensive if they're locked in. You can lock in positive quirks, and it becomes more expensive the higher level they get. So do it rarely, but do it early if you can.
All right, so I imagine, because I think this is 90% of rooms, does that mean that I can leave 1 room off?
You can leave 1 off, but you're going to have to go into a dead end at some point, so you might as well go into this dead end that's directly below you.
All right. And bags.
And remember, since Leper's stress is high, you may, when you get the chance, want to use his heal skill that heals his stress a few times just to keep it low.
That makes sense. Loot.
Glittering gold,
take all the things.
Trinkets and baubles,
and
paid for in blood.
Oh no, fight! Okay. Oh, they scrambled us.
Oh god, this is really bad. They scrambled you, and they have the worst stress caster in the game. Well, not the worst in the game, but one of the worst in the game. So you want to, before you make your move, you want to think, now that you've been rearranged, what this is going to do to your party. This is the one way your party that you built is weak, is it's not very resistant to getting moved around. Like, when it gets moved, people can't do that much.
I'm pretty sure that my Arbalest can still fire her sniper.
Yeah, your Arbalest is fine. The only thing that you're missing is your ability to move people out of position, which would have been nice. Your Arbalest hits the backline people mainly, so I would mark that stress caster, which also reduces his dodge, which is 20, so that's really good.
Oh, no, he's going after her before she has a chance to go after him. Debuffing her.
He didn't. Well, he did debuff her. Look at what the debuff is. Look at how long that extra stress debuff lasts.
Yeah, so she's going to be doing extra until camp, which we're not even going to do.
So
she's
you're going to be. Stress. So what you're going to be doing is either on her turn or after this combat, you're going to be using one of those herbs to remove that debuff.
Okay, that makes sense.
So you have a stun now. So if you want to be really safe, you stun the stress guy. But if the Arbalest hits, he's dead.
That's what I'm thinking. That maybe what I want to do is stun somebody who hasn't acted yet, and then assume my Arbalest has a high chance of taking that guy out.
It's never bad to open with stuns, but yeah.
All right, so let's go sniper shot on this guy.
Yeah, absolutely go sniper. Good.
And then this guy, I'm thinking I probably want to heal this guy and his stress, just because.
Probably, yeah.
Maybe that was, I don't know. That could have been a questionable decision.
No, that's actually a good move because, like, other than the one stress caster, you have so much healing on this team. You can heal up anybody from anything.
So I'm thinking using the same maneuver on this guy that we use on the insanity guy.
I can't see because the thing froze for. Oh, that's a good idea.
Back rank guy.
By the way, mark skills, like characters with mark skills, it gets more powerful. Like there's synergy with every additional character you have that can mark people or take advantage of mark.
That makes sense. So yeah, back rank demolished. So,
I would keep healing him.
Oh really?
Because he's got more than 50% stress.
That's true. That's true.
Like just in case he gets hit with a lot of stress later, you want to get that stress down. Because now they can only do damage unless they crit, and you can stun one of them every turn.
See. Oh yeah, both of them.
One of them has buff against.
I assume their stun chance would be just really, really powerful. Like their
no,
would be really
the
powerful.
buff against stun when you get stunned only lasts 1 turn. So now both of these guys have protection, so decreasing their damage and their protection might be a good plan.
So that means this.
Yeah.
Reduce his protection, which will make him a little bit easier to murder. Should I keep healing him again or murder?
Yeah, you have this combat mostly under control, so I would just keep healing him.
That was the wrong one. I hit the wrong button by accident. That was
good
stupid.
job.
All right, you said that. Funny. My daughter says "good job" to me in the exact same tone of voice. Whenever I make a mistake.
Yeah. By the way, the Arbalest main attack cannot hit guys in the very front.
That's right.
So you may want to push him back with her other move so she can hit him.
Oh, because there's bodies that he can be pushed
ability.
past.
Now, hold up. He has resistance to sun, so even though you don't have a lot of damage, might as well party heal.
That makes sense.
Also, you might as well remove that debuff now because it's not like she'll have it put on her again.
Okay, that's true. So, do I just right-click? There we go. And then knock this guy back. Nope, didn't work. That's fine.
Unfortunate, but it did a little damage. Keep in mind, though, that mark skills, they generally either lower the enemy's dodge or lower their protection, and sometimes that is worth doing even when nobody's going to capitalize on the mark.
Got it. All right, so we can go again. And maybe... But yes, we can't really hit him with these buttons.
Yeah, so this party's doing all right out of order, but it's not doing a ton of damage, which isn't great.
Oh, we got through it.
Okay.
Let's definitely remember to reset to default party order.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's key this thing. Hidden compartment. Got some stuff. All right, let's head back. Doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop-a-doop. So we're encountering the same containers, the same curios, but in the opposite order.
Yeah. Oh, that's another thing is sometimes because like your inventory, you'll be using stuff up and opening up space. Sometimes if you know you're going to backtrack, you should wait to loot things until you come back.
Oh, so you definitely have space for them. That makes sense.
Not definitely, but more likely.
Oh, sorry, more likely to have space for them. And also, notice oh, whoops, I wasn't paying attention. While I was backtracking,
always keep that map open.
I didn't lose torch nearly as much. And so, like, if you're backtracking through areas you've been through before, that doesn't have the same impact on your torch that going through new areas does.
Not to be confused with walking backwards, which is bad. It really stresses people out.
Okay.
Oh, great.
Oh,
you got
what
2
the heck?
stress casters. Wow, this is... You have the worst luck, like the literal worst luck.
I mean, but this is actually
now
a
they're
good
in a really
representation
bad
of
order.
what it's like to play this game, because this is going to happen to you at some point.
Okay, so
Demon's Pull, maybe?
So 2 options here. One is probably Demon's Pull. The other one is have him move backwards so that your leper moves forwards.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
Both of them are these. In fact, no, I would have him move backwards because nobody can capitalize on Demon's Pull right now. Oh, does he have a quirk that lets him move extra? I forget.
I think he does.
What
yeah,
lets
maybe.
you?
He
So
got something
now,
anyway.
definitely stun one of their stress casters.
So yeah, so it has been really useful to get your feedback on this stuff because, like, the focus on I always have taken health more seriously than stress, just because of habit with all these other games that I play. Yep.
The tank says I'm coming through way louder. I think my volume has been increasing as the stream goes. Like I've been talking louder, so I'm gonna tone it down a little.
Okay.
Because it's bad for my voice.
The feedback, yeah.
This one, so this is actually a hard choice because he's got high stress and they've got 2 stress casters, so you might want to heal. But if you purge, you also push their stress casters forward, which lets more people hit them.
Huh. Let's try purge to just see what it does. Oh, well, it murdered a guy. That helped.
Or it does that, and it buffs his attack. Yeah, or accuracy.
So they're really
and now
trying
you
to stress out my leopard.
can finally have the vessel be an attacker next round. For this, I would probably focus on just doing damage.
Okay, so not bothering with the mark necessarily. But she could actually take this guy out completely. So maybe we'll give that a try.
Yeah, you could.
I mean, yeah. So I mean, it was also.
So,
what if I'd picked the other guy? It would have put him closer to death, and maybe we would have gotten both of them out in time. But yeah, I don't know.
So now the Vestal, you either want to attack or you want to stun. Hard choice. So her.
Oop. Well, if they're going to dodge it either way.
Back line, like I said, it does less damage, but it also buffs her attack for the rest of the combat. Oh, this is good if it pulls him, because these guys can't do. I don't think they can do their big stress attack in the front.
That makes sense.
So you don't want to push him. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh no, my face. All right. So now she could just bash this guy now that he's in the front.
Yeah, and she does bonus damage versus Unholy. It's not super high damage, but having an attack that also buffs your attack is not a common thing.
So I think I'm actually going to have him keep fighting stress. Because I got other folks.
I mean, since the stress caster is still alive, sometimes I would kill him, but since he can't actually hurt you.
Yeah, so let's see.
Does both of those do damage? Do the one that does higher damage to try to kill him.
Okay, so damage mod minus 75%. There we go.
And you can see the damage range.
That's true. She can just take this person out. Or she could boulder them both. Oh, and dodge. Dang it.
Yep. Generally, those backline guys have high dodge.
Makes sense. Oh no, don't stress out my Vestal.
He can't, though, because he's in the front row.
Oh, that's right.
You may, so you know how this guy has a powerful single target heal?
Yeah.
Because it's so random, you don't want to wait to use it till they're low health. You want to do it when they're around half health.
Gotcha.
So you may want to heal.
All right, and then let's
either kill
chop.
someone or just keep healing.
Let's just chop.
Abomination cleansed from our lands.
And then I guess we'll bowler this guy. There we go. Take all.
Keep in mind to check the accuracy on your attacks, because I think the bolas are less accurate than their main attack.
Oh, that's true. It's well, no, it's 95 compared to 95 and 95. They're all 95.
Ah, okay. No, it's 100 on her main attack.
Was it? It says 90. Oh, there it is.
No,
her mark is 100.
It's 100 arm mark. Sorry, my bad.
It's hard to tell what I'm pointing at because my cursor's offset. Okay, so we'll head this way. Yeah, I'm getting dangerously close to my appointment. I hope we can at least finish this mission, but if we can't, we can't.
If we can't, we covered most of the stuff, just not all of it. I'm really sad we didn't have an antiquarian or a jester or a man-at-arms show up, because I have specific points to make using those characters.
We should just do this again sometime.
Yeah, sure. Just note on the antiquarian for everyone, because we may not do it for a while. The antiquarian's main job is not combat. The antiquarian's main job is getting you a lot of money.
Okay.
And
cool.
Nowhere does the game tell you this. But when you're running an antiquarian, you want to do all of your looting with the antiquarian.
So, what do I put on a table full of chemistry stuff?
This is an interesting one because it's actually got 2. If you use herbs, you'll get loot. If you use torch, it'll like make the torch more powerful and like give you more light than usual.
Yeah.
I would actually not do it right now because it's not that much loot and you only have 1 herbs.
Okay.
I mean, maybe you won't find any use for the herbs later, but maybe you will.
So I think, let's see here. Trap 10%. Trap 10. I might have no good trap people.
Yeah,
Trap
I don't think you have
20%.
anyone who's good at traps, so...
So Vestal and Leper are probably the highest. Maybe I'll go
Vestal
Vestal.
has less stress, and sometimes you take stress for doing this, so...
There we go. That was
That such
worthwhile.
missteps are the exception.
Yeah, trinkets that buff trap are good if you can put them on anyone, because then you can choose who gets rid of the trap and gets the stress heal for it.
Oh, that makes sense. So we can ignore this one.
You can, or if you want to not fight as much, you can go to that room.
Because I know there's not a fight
that
there.
That counts as one of your rooms.
That makes sense. But it's also more backtracking, and we're short on time, so I'm going to go this way instead. And try to get through as quick as I can.
There we go. Aren't you glad you saved that herb now? Because now you can use it to get more loot than you would have.
Ah, yes. Ooh, sapphires.
Treasure could staunch the flow of
And
other
we've got...
There is a take all button, by the way.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to look at the things in that particular case.
Okay.
I've usually been hitting take all.
Yeah, I can't tell because the game, like the video hitches almost constantly on my end, even if it's not on the stream.
All right, so we're scouting, so we can see. Oh, there's another obstacle. Glad we have 2 shove. Wait, no, there's a trap, not an obstacle. Okay, so the only battle up ahead for a while is the. I guess we'll. Hey, Vestal. Yay, disarmed. Torch. It's a hallway battle, so we'll get over here. Okay, so now we don't have.
Yeah, so you can take a risk. Keep in mind, a lot of things where you're taking risks, you could just take damage or stress. You could get negative quirks too.
Let's do it. Oh no!
Oh,
I
look,
got
you got a negative quirk.
claustrophobia.
It's not a super bad one, so you're fine.
All right.
the
Go
light.
through here, and then we got to
Promise
fight, I
of
think, in the next
safety.
hallway. So let's have this fight. Ew! Gross! What are those?
They're maggots.
They're disgusting. All right, so I guess.
So these all have really low health, so don't bother marking anyone.
Yeah. So it's basically just let's just do the thing that does significant damage.
I would heal your Vestal.
Oh, healing my Vestal. That would have been a good move. Good call there.
Yeah, I would have the... After you kill 1 or 2, I would have the Vestal do her area heal and directly heal the people who are low in health.
Okay, yeah, so...
After you kill 1 or 2. So kill first.
I'm trying to think what is going to do the most damage. Probably this.
And remember to look at their stats, because you don't want to use stuns on these guys, because they have really high stun resist.
Oh, that's true. So I can actually bolo these two.
Should have looked at the damage range. It would have been better to just kill 1.
Okay, you're right. Because
it's not
so
like
many
the
of my abilities
reposition
can
helps
just
you
kill
much.
1. That's true. Well, so the damage range. Oh yeah, ridiculous.
It's dead if you hit. Yeah. So now it's mostly under control. These guys can still stun you, but oh, you can just kill 1 more and then just focus on healing for a turn.
Okay, sure.
Press this advantage. Give them no quarter.
So yeah, so I'll try to heal the Vestal. Oh, good roll. Nice.
Yeah,
She
he
can heal
has
everybody.
the most powerful single target heal in the
Ooh,
game.
she
It's just that
critted
it's
in
really
return.
random. Yeah, and so he recovered some stress.
I think we're all good now.
So,
Let's just-
yeah, you could delay another turn. You don't need to, though.
yeah, success.
A trifling victory. But a victory nonetheless.
Oh, there is just one other thing I want to show you before the stream ends, if we
Yes.
get this mission done.
All right, yeah. Let's try to get the mission done as fast as we can. Okay.
Which-
Oh, 2 more battles. Let's see how quick we can get those done.
Yeah, so if you'd gone to that other room, you wouldn't have these 2 battles if you don't want to.
You're right. Though, yeah. So that would have been, yeah, a guaranteed thing. Okay, cool. Well, let's hope that they're pretty quick battles.
Yeah, just don't try to rush, otherwise the battles will go longer because you screwed up.
Okay. Yeah, just
Keep the torch up.
my appointment is a haircut. I haven't gotten a new haircut in a while, as you can tell, and so I want to make sure. And this is with a new hairdresser, and so I don't want to make a bad impression. So yeah, I guess we'll.
Yeah, I need to go soon too.
Okay, let's just do this because it does the most damage. And take that out. And get bit. Let's hit that guy. And then use our bolas. And we're good. Yeah, almost like it didn't happen.
If you use her self-buffing attack, the Vestal can get really high damage on holy enemies.
Oh, yeah.
You haven't really had the chance to, but yeah. Oh, finally, you surprised someone else.
Nice. All right, so...
And now, opening with the stun is probably the safer option.
But do I need to stun them? Because, they go after me. They still have a turn. They just go after me, right?
Yeah.
Right, so let's.
So you can stun one stress caster, then mark and shoot the other one.
That makes sense. So that was vulnerability hex, and then sniper shot. Take him out.
Yeah, that's like a perfect first turn move right there.
And so this guy, I do 8 to 15. So I'm more likely to kill this guy in one hit than I am to kill this guy in one hit. So I'm gonna go after this guy. Oh no, my tummy.
Yeah, and now you may or may not be able to get that mark combo off again before she goes.
It'd be nice if
because she's fast speed. But she'll only get to go once ideally.
All right, so if I use this on her, I'm not going to kill her in a single hit.
I would actually, since you don't have anybody else who can take advantage of Mark with their attacks, I would just shoot her and hope the Vestal goes first and can finish her off.
Okay, so should I try to use anything?
Or you can debuff her accuracy. That's also a good plan. Either one of those.
Let's try that, just because I don't usually do it. This is about getting out of my comfort zone.
And she resisted the debuff, of course.
Of course. We're good. We'll still be fine. So...
You might want Purge here.
Oh, okay, yeah. Makes sense. There we go. Except, can we... So we can still do the vulnerability hex on her, but can we actually hit her with a sniper shot? I don't remember. When she's in the front.
You can't hit her with the sniper shot there, but you did decrease her dodge, so she's less likely to avoid your moves.
Okay, so slight chance of doing enough damage to her with this.
Yeah, the safety move is to stun, but you could also try to kill her.
Let's stun her. And then, yes. Okay, she was going to go first. That was a good move, I think, to stun her.
Yeah.
He steps forward, and she's still marked, so now we can take her out.
Yup.
And then...
Once you learn how the enemies move themselves, you get better and better at it.
Oh, yes, 0 healing.
Yup.
Stun him. And then... Smack him.
Purge does less damage, so...
All right. There we go.
Okay.
Get out of here.
Yeah, so just return just one very quick thing to show you.
Yeah, totally. There's all the stuff.
Belong to us.
Yeah, you can always go back and view. I don't know why this screen doesn't tell you what quirks get locked in. That would be really nice. Because you have to view that in other places.
Okay, so what are you going to show me?
So there may not be... so we just unlocked the ability to do camping skills and quirks, but we don't have time to discuss that.
Yes.
There may not be an easy difficulty, but if you go escape into the menu, while you're actually in a game file, there is a gameplay... Wait. Oh, options. Yeah. Go into options. And there... Yeah, gameplay options. There we go. So... With this, you can disable some of the stuff that makes the game harder.
Got it.
And if you hold your mouse over the text, you can find out what each one is.
Not that people can tell what I'm highlighting because my cursor's off.
Yeah.
But yeah,
But
okay,
yeah,
cool. So
this
like
is
if I
just
didn't want the
something worth
corpses,
going over.
because I know the
Yeah,
corpses were added in an update after the game was already popular,
Yeah.
and some players were like, I hate the corpses, and so they made it optional.
Yeah. The corpses technically make it hard, but that's one thing I would definitely leave. They add to the game. But there's quite a few things here that make the game harder that you can disable. You can't make it super easy, but it does help.
That's cool.
Like, you can reduce the enemy crits from being terrible for you to just doing max damage.
Gotcha. Okay, instead of just like a bunch of other extra stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I think we do have to get out of here because I do need to run to my appointment.
Unfortunately.
But
Okay,
thank
I
you
will
so
see
much, Cloudcraft, for coming in here and helping me. Like the kinds of stuff, the kinds of insights that you get when you play games like this, because I don't know, just you think in a different way about games than I do. You catch a lot of stuff that I often miss, and so hearing your take on a game like this has been really, really helpful for me. So I appreciate it. So,
I quite enjoyed this.
Cool. So we'll have to do this again sometime because we really should get into how camping works and stuff like that. But for right now, let's wrap this up.
And a little more on quirk management and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah, once we got characters who have absorbed more quirks. So
actually, if you want to play on your own, like having a more advanced file would actually help with that, because I gave you enough that you can not screw yourself over on progression.
Cool. I think that was probably 20 seconds.